damit herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Stories, the Path of Destinies. Ja, eine ganze Weile ist es her. Wegen Umzug, dies, das. Es ist ein wenig auf die lange Bahn geraten. Wo ich dann endlich die neue Wohnung hatte, habe ich Streams ausprobiert. Übrigens, ihr findet mich auf Twitch unter The Bladic, also mit THE. Der Knopf war's. Und ja, ich hoffe, wir sind jetzt tatsächlich mal auf dem letzten Pfad, den wir gehen müssen, um das Ganze hier richtig zu beenden. Ich habe aber so eine andere Befürchtung. Und zwar, dass man einfach nur verkacken kann, sozusagen. Also im Endeffekt, selbst wenn man alle Storys freischaltet, man nicht am Ende angelangt. Wir haben keine Fähigkeitspunkte. Okay. Wenn ihr versteht, was ich meine. Ins Gesicht. Naja, wir werden sehen. Also ich vermute ganz stark das Plan. Hier tatsächlich Glück haben könnte.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
Einfach mit dem Feuerschwert aufspießen, die Feuerwand. Autsch. Autsch. Nicht, dass es noch irgendwie wichtig wäre, weil wir alle Schwerter aufgerüstet haben. Aber warum einfach nur blöde Äpfel?
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he? There was a pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before? Well, the eyes have had it.
Das war was fürs Auge. Au. Das war kurz vor schmerzhaft.
Renato wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The Swordfu School was closed now, but he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself.
Ja. Schauen wir mal.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek, how soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblistone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled His Majesty in. But why didn't he get the core? Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Renato grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia. That makes no sense. It's a trap, shouted the Emperor. I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators. If Renato came face to face with the Emperor...
Yikes.
Maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father. What are you doing? Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious. You're lying. Under a truth spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will.
Könnte, obwohl es erstmal nach schiefgelaufen aussieht, doch eventuell zum Ziel führen. Ich habe nur vergessen, vorher das Buch einzusammeln. Das war doof. An der einen Stelle. Was heißt einzusammeln? Aber man muss das ja mal einmal anklicken. Dann geht das, glaube ich, mit dem
What kind of
Überzeugen
proof
besser.
could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village. And he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly. You go on ahead. I don't want the ravens to see me.
Okay. Yay, Apfel. Oh, falsche Richtung.
No skateboarding, the sign said.
Keine Rollbrettfahrt. Also bitte, ja. Skateboarding gibt es ja wohl auch im Deutschen. Immer drin damit. Oder wie Spike sagen würde, immer drin in der Olga. Bam.
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the lost gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why'd he adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No. Not when there's no good answer, she said, her whiskers twitching.
Schauen wir mal, wo das Ganze hinführt.
The scientist at the observatory had a true witness to one of the Emperor's blasphemous rituals. The dead could be made to speak for a short while. Interestingly, they could not be made to lie. After all, what do they have to lose or gain by lying?
Irgendwie kriege ich gerade nur 16 Frames rein, das sieht. Ich war ein paar Tage im Urlaub und schon reißt sich alles in die Tonne, ey. Kodierung überlastet. Wovon sollt ihr denn überlastet sein?
A cannon trap. Who doesn't love being shot at by cannons? And who kept these things loaded anyway?
So, zurück und flüssig.
I never get tired of doing that, thought Renato.
So, jetzt ist das Ganze auch flüssig. Ich weiß nicht, was heute los ist, ey. Hä? Achso.
A very clever engineer named Elon Muskrat had got his start making floating platforms. Not many people knew that.
Ja, das war's dann damit.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. Animated witness to cinders. Renato was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels, Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing. Why was he going to meet up with her? Wasn't it more important to rescue the rebel council from the almost certain Imperial attack? Why was he in this war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again? One of these days, Renato thought, I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
Ah, das hatte Zeit. Aber hat es das?
Was it true? Was he on this adventure just to see Zenobia again? The Imperial heir was not an easy cat to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts. And on the other paw, trying to get a date by joining a war against your intended was, let's say, pretty optimistic. But on the back paw, thought Renato, yes, it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had this little chat, he told himself.
Das war ja erfolgreich.
Kill the fox! Caught the ravens. Nobody said they were original.
Nicht nochmal draufhauen. Och Mann, ey. Unfair. Ich will wegdashen und er schlägt erstmal noch, bevor er dasht. Sack.
Renato wondered if it wasn't cheaper to build bridges and stairs.
Ha. Yeah.
There were a lot of dead ravens along the side of the road. Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree. What had Zenobia gone to get? He had a chilling feeling it was the Iblis stone. Zenobia was level-headed. A stone could make anyone bloodthirsty. He could tell her style from the blade work and the dead bird. Surprisingly unwounded.
Surprisingly. Sehr überraschend, das Ganze. Waren wir hier schon mal? Kommt mir so unbekannt vor.
Renato had once read a story where a rabbit went into a portal with a fly and came out with a fly's head. It creeped him out to even think about it.
Ich würde behaupten, hier waren wir noch nicht.
This one contained nothing but unmatched gloves. And something more useful.
Rasen wir mal so ein bisschen durch.
As for the gate, well, he could take her or leave her. Sorry, it's the best I could do. Renato wondered what he should do when he found Zenobia. What could he do if she had the Iblis stone?
Das wäre bitter. Ja, hat sie. Ach.
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing. "I'm gonna kill him," she said. "I'm gonna kill all his ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all their eggs and tadpoles. And then I'm gonna burn down their pond." "Did you go and get the Iblis stone?" "You see, all these ravens I killed. So much power." "Yeah, great," Renato said. "You really want power from a demonic rock?" You want the stone, don't you?" Not really." "Good. I'd rather not have to kill you." He told her he loved her, that he wouldn't let the Iblis stone take her, even if he had to die for it. Well, he planned to tell her. Now didn't seem like the right time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So he let her get in her ship and fly off. He rushed back to the Farfarer and followed her, keeping a healthy distance. Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead. How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He'd betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress. But she could also be a nightmare Empress. She had to be stopped.
Herr Jemine, ich sag ja, es scheint keine richtige Antwort zu geben. Mist.
There were more dead ravens along his path, some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to kill everything in her path. This wasn't Zenobia, not as he knew her.
So. Hol Zenobia ein. Ja. Das sehen wir dann aber in der nächsten Folge. Bis dahin, habt viel Spaß. Schaut in meine anderen Videos. Schaut in meinen Stream. Ich werde mir angewöhnen, ihn häufiger auf Twitter anzukündigen. Damit ihr das rechtzeitig seht. Also folgt mir auf Twitter. Und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin, viel Spaß. Ciao, ciao.